up, you guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name's Leah, and let's recap and review Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is season 12, episode 18. All I'm gonna say is Kathy Hilton is dramatic, Kyle Richards is dramatic, and Erika misses her old life and is getting to be annoying. And I'm also tired of hearing about this tequila. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's do a spicy corner before we get into the actual review, okay? So the first thing we're going to talk about is some tea that kind of spilled out about the actual reunion. I think they actually filmed the reunion like earlier this week. And this is coming from Jay's reality blog. And it says hashtag RHOBH season 12's reunion info from Andy Cohen on Radio with Andy. Andy says the first point is Erika drama kept coming up because it involved everyone and questions represented by the viewers. So I guess a lot of viewer questions were about Erika and her legal situation. The next one is there was like an actual moment where Garcelle and Dorit went at it, which Andy was actually really shocked because he didn't think it would happen. There were no walk-offs because there was a lot of speculation that Rinna was walking off the stage, but she didn't walk off. Rinna says at the end of the reunion, everyone sat here and took it. And then they said a few people cried and mentioned Erika. I think I also saw that online someone said that Erika said not a lot of the good ladies are talking to each other after what happened at the reunion. So I was like, I believe it. And then this is just like a quick little excerpt about those earrings Erika had. So this is coming from Reality Blurb, and it says RHOBH Erika Jayne slams Jennifer Lawrence over evil diss, addresses suggesting victims lied, plus reveals where the 750K earrings are today. I don't really care about the Jennifer Lawrence diss because I don't really care too much about Jennifer Lawrence. Me and her got beef because of the way she acted playing Mystique, because Mystique is one of my favorite X-Men. I could go on and on about how she did her job. I'm gonna let it go because that's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. But a quick little excerpt from that is it says, this passage starts off like this. When we talked about some claims not being true, when you talk about the larger class action things, it is known that some claims are less than others and some are not valid, she revealed. That's about, I guess he asked about how she felt about the victims as well as the claims of when it comes to like her legal situation. It says also during the show aimed a conversation about her infamous 750K earrings. Erika's fellow guest, Real Housewives superfan Michael Rappaport questioned her about whether she was wearing the items on the live episode. And Erika said this. She said, the earrings were turned over. Erika replied, I was asked to turn them over and I complied as I've been complied with everything from the beginning. So here's my thing. I mean, this makes me feel like were the earrings we saw in this episode actually the earrings, or were they just like, because they do that, they'll show you something to be like, is this, but that not really be it. But I mean, it begs the, well, not even begs the question. She ain't got the earrings now. The earrings are turned over. So whatever happens when the judge says, like, you know, either take them so they can pawn them and give that money to the victims. Because like one of y'all pointed out, I gave her a larger number, but the 750K earrings are now, I guess, being appraised. They are worth, because they collected interest, about $1.3 million. So maybe they might just take those earrings and do what they do with them. About the reunion, I feel like Andy always says the reunion is epic and it's shocking and this and this, that. But when it comes to reunions for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they normally fall flat. Like, they haven't been good since like Camille, Kyle Richards, and LVP was there. Like, they've been a dud. They've been a dud. So I feel like Andy is hyping it up, but we're going to be let down. So I'm not even about to buy into that. But I am glad he cleared up about the Rinna walking off, because I did see like a lot of reports on Twitter of people saying, oh, I heard Rinna left, or like it was like exclusive Rinna walks off, exclusive Rinna. And to come to find out she didn't walk off is wild. It's wild that people will make up stuff just to get clicks and views, when you could just give your opinion and be like, ooh, I bet you Rinna walked off. And then that's it. But for you to be like, I have exclusive tea that this lady walked off and she didn't, it makes you look less credible. But let's get into the review. All right, y'all. So the episode opens up where it left off. Well, not really where it left off. It's the day after the whole debacle of Erika going crazy. And mind you, it was good TV. It was good TV because everybody's reactions in that moment, I genuinely believe were real. Like, I know some of the ladies in the cast are actors, but a lot of them were like shocked, in disbelief, and a low-key appalled by the way Erika was acting that night. And I was here for it. I thought it was funny. No lie, I thought it was funny. But it's the next day, and we see 3 different conversations going on at the same time. We see Lisa Rinna and Kyle at Kyle's house talking about what happened. The other ladies who are staying at the rental home are talking about it in the morning. And then we see Dorit and Erika, and we find out that they are actually staying with Diana in her suite because after that night, Erika came home, came back to Kyle's house, and packed up all her stuff and skedaddled. She said, I ain't staying nowhere where I feel uncomfortable and unwanted, and not you taking the side of them heifers and not mine, because we've been friends for 7 years, okay? So I guess the first part of conversation I'll talk about is the one between Kyle and Lisa. So Kyle is hurt. Kyle is hurt that Erika left and didn't say anything. And I think she was already feeling some type of way that Dorit left and didn't say anything. But I think she was okay with having Erika and Lisa Rinna still at the house. But she was just shocked that Erika left. Like, she didn't think Erika would be, I guess, that upset with her. But Erika left. The fact that Kyle was just like, I don't understand how she could leave so quickly. And we see that Dorit and I guess Diana helped her pack. But truthfully, girl, Erika's room was right next to the door. It was like door to the house, Erika's room. Of course, it was gonna be easier for her to throw all her stuff in her like little luggage or in her chest and roll out and go to Diana's house. And Diana acting like she was helping refugees because she was like, I take care of people. Girl, because you let them in your place that was like 10 minutes down the road. Okay. You are not a safe house, Diana. Not your apartment. The hotel room was not a safe house. Like, chill out, man. But Kyle was upset. Kyle was just like, I don't believe that Erika did anything wrong in the sense of like she was a part of what Tom was doing or what the law firm was doing, but I could not get with her when she said she didn't, like when she basically didn't have any compassion for the victims or saying that they were the supposed victims when we know that they were victims. And then Lisa said, no, I talked to her. And Kyle was like, was she mad? Like, is she mad at you? And she was like, no, I don't. Like, and Lisa Rinna's like, I don't really know, but I don't think so. Because we then see a flashback of Lisa Rinna. You got Diana in the back looking both ways, and Lisa Rinna is basically telling Erika while they're in the Sprinter, like, girl, we understand that you weren't a part of this, but the way you coming off, you're looking evil. You're looking like a see you next Tuesday, what you call Sutton, or a B, a B. Like, you don't look good, and we just want you to look good, and we just don't like the way you're representing yourself. And Erika's whole thing, because let's switch over to Erika and Dorit. Erika's whole thing is like, I'm out here by myself. I'm fighting for myself. Like y'all want me to cower and be weak and be meek, but I'm not. I'm a lion. I hate that she be calling herself a lion, because I was like, girl, you acting like a caged animal that is trying to come out. And she was just like, I'm just not going to sit here and cower. And those are supposed to be my friends. Like, y'all are supposed to be insulating me and keeping me safe, not beating me down. Like, it sucks. Like, my life right now sucks. And here's the thing. I know we are all on we hate Erika train right now. I know we are all on that train right now. But I understood her in this moment. I really did, because if you really think about it, and I mean, if you genuinely think about it, all of us might be reacting the same way as Erika. I know I said in my last video, I would just give the earrings up because I wouldn't want to fight anymore. And I still hold true to that. But this whole week has been a week of self-reflection for me. And I just kind of thought about it, like when I was watching the episode today, where I was just like, you know what? Oftentimes we like to say what we'll do in a situation without ever being in that situation. So it's a lot easier for us common people who haven't been in abject luxury Cause you can't tell me Erika and Tom had the type of money where it's like it could be the middle of the week, like a random Wednesday, and they want crepes in Paris, and all they got to do is chart their private jet and go to Paris, and then come back on Friday, and then be like, ooh, we should go to, like, I don't know, the Maldives or the Bahamas, and then pack all their stuff up and be there for like 2 weeks and be fine. So it's like she's going from that to like basically where, like, I feel like Erika probably making enough to be like middle class, like upper middle class. And it's like upper middle class is nowhere near to being like loaded, like being like the 1%. And Erika and Tom were pretty much on their way up to that part. So it's like we can say like, girl, just give them up. But I think for her, it's like for 20 years, these were hers. She had these earrings, like she said in the episode, for 15 years. Like, why should I have to give them up? And it's like, I get it, but you should, because, you know, it seems like everything you got was from them people's settlement money. So give it back. But I understood where she was coming from. I did. I'm not even going to lie. Because like, I was just like, dang, Erika. It's just like the way she's acting is normal. It is, in a sense of when you think about it, it's like she's giving very much the fight or flight response. Right now, she's just fighting with everybody. And it makes for great TV. But she's just fighting with everybody. And to me, I feel like Erika could react to this situation in like 3 ways. The first one would just be being like she is ultra defensive, cussing everybody out, telling everybody to kiss her ass. Like, I'm going to do this for me. I don't care about how I look. It's me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found. Shout out Beyonce. That's a good song. I can't. Okay, I need to stop. Because I was about to go, oh, and your homies too. Okay. But she's fighting by her. She feels like she's fighting by herself. So, of course, she's like, and then if you think about it, y'all, the way this fandom goes in, and I don't do that. I state my opinion and I don't really hate none of these people because I don't know these people personally. But the way y'all be tweeting, it be personal. It be personal. So I know that people be on Erika's neck. So it's like she feels defensive. It's like, and some people have already speculated that they feel like Erika was in on it. There's like and I remember I did one of the drama videos, and there's another lawsuit where it's labeling Erika and Tom, like Erika allegedly helping Tom do some of his scamming and stuff like that. So it's like she probably is in the mindset of like always trying to fight and fight and fight and fight. So that's one way. The second way could be flight, deflection, because if you think about it, we've all watched enough reality TV to know when we had certain cast members that don't want to talk about specific things that's out in the public, and like they just don't want to bring it to the show, that they will either disengage, shout out to Meredith, or they will, and when they do disengage, it would be like they deflect from the situation. It's either you disengage or you deflect. With disengaging, we normally would see those people like leave the situation when the heat got too hot, or they don't come to things. They have excuses like, oh, I'm not feeling well, or oh, like my child has this, my child has that. Or if it's the deflection, they would always turn the conversation back on you or to deflect to somebody else. And Erika's not doing that. The third option I would think would be Erika to play up this act of being ultra like sympathetic and empathetic towards the victims. But I think, y'all, because I tell y'all, be bravely authentic. I think Erika being defensive is Erika. I think Erika cares to a certain extent for the people that have been harmed, but the number one person that Erika is willing to like fight to tooth and nail for is herself. Like, she misses the life she had, so that is why she is holding on, like clutching to hold on to certain pieces of her life that she had. And those would be the earrings, as well as like other garments and things of that nature. Because we see Erika, there was like a scene where it's Diana, Dorit, and Erika walking throughout the town in Aspen, and I think she noticed this lady had on like this designer like bag or coat, and then Erika goes on a like I guess it hit a flashback, fashion PTSD or something, where she is just like reminiscing about the pieces that she had and how nice it was, and then they go on a tangent about that and things like that. So then the conversation between the other ladies at the rental property, they all kind of feel the same way. Feel like Erika was doing too much last night. She was being erratic, and they just didn't expect her to act that way based off of the question about the earrings. And I said, I don't know how y'all didn't think that was going to go that way. That lady been real short with all of y'all in this group, except Sharice. All right, y'all. So the next part of the episode, we see all the ladies getting ready to like do their that day's activities. So we see Kathy, Kyle, and Erika and Storm walking down the street. I'm over Kathy's whole ditzy persona because she cracked it, like it was in full, like who she really was in full effect this episode. As well as like Kathy puts on this act, but then we see moments of like clarity with Kathy, and it's just like I don't buy it. That's the issue. I don't buy it because you can't tell me that Kathy hasn't been to Aspen. Like Kathy has probably been to Aspen like 50 million times and probably wears the proper attire that she needs to wear on said trips to Aspen, that I don't get why you have on these boots that they sell at Target acting like, oh, these are snow boots, when we know good and well them the slipperiest boots because they ain't got no traction underneath. People just be falling to their death in them boots, even in the rain or even without any rain. It's slick. So I was just like, girl, why would you wear those? Why, Kathy? So everybody's like, they're going into town to have like breakfast or meet up with the other ladies. We don't see Cherie until like the latter part of the episode when they go to I think when they did the whole hat situation. But honestly, y'all, they don't have to bring Cherie back. She doesn't add anything to this cast. My thing is, like, if you're going to be a friend of the show, case in point, we'll talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta because it's still on. Marlo, to me, shined better as a friend of the show. She shined her best as the friend of the show. As a full-time cast member, but as a friend of the show, she shined the best. Even with Fatum did really well because to me, a friend of the show is supposed to be someone who kicks up the dirt, drops a bomb, and then peels out. Cherie comes in and doesn't add anything, and I already feel like she's an op because she's been like in her interviews cozying up to like Erika and Fox Force 5, that I just feel like, why are you here? Like, I get she wants a diamond because that's what she keeps saying. But the issue is when you look thirsty for a diamond, they don't give it to you. And you haven't really showed that you could really be effective as a diamond holder in this friend of position. It's just not hitting. And the only reason like she's probably there is because of who her ex-husband is. So she's not there, but they're all sitting down at the cafe, minus Cherie, Diana, Erika, and Dorit. And they're just talking. Kyle is like, she's upset with what happened with Erika. She wants to get to the bottom of it. She doesn't feel right that she had an argument with her. And Lisa's like, well, did y'all hear the news? And Kyle's like, yeah, did you hear the news? And they're like, what news? Because they're all kind of just like, we don't get why she got so upset. And they're like, well, her case, like, she's been dismissed of all charges basically. And Crystal's like, no, that's not how that works. And basically they show a screenshot or like a excerpt from the article, and it says Erika Jayne dismissed from fraud and embezzlement lawsuit against Tom Girardi in Illinois. So the issue with that is the case did get dismissed, but it got dismissed without prejudice. And when Erika was like saying that as like a triumphant thing, it's not really anything to be very triumphant with, because when you say dismissed without prejudice, that means that the person that filed the lawsuit against you still has the opportunity to file in another state to bring you up on even more charges. So it seems like, and what I was hearing from people online that I talked to back and forth about episodes, that Erika, like, even though the lawsuit got dropped in Illinois, the lawyers of the defendant basically said, no, we're going to file the lawsuit charges in California. And I think they did. So when Erika was being like elated, and like Crystal explained, it doesn't mean that it's over. Like, you didn't win anything. They didn't win anything. It's pretty much like a draw. And it's like, but they can still refile the lawsuit. So this isn't as big of a win as like Erika is trying to make it seem, which is not. Then we find out that this is the lawsuit or the court case that was talking to Sutton, asking her to be like a witness or testify against Erika. This, I was like, ooh. But my thing is, if Sutton was smarter, she would have held on to that. I would have never told anybody that that was the case, because I would hold that over Erika's head and be like, girl, try me if you want to. I'll testify against you. Knowing clearly I can't because the case is over. But Erika don't know, because she got like 50 million cases up against her. You know what I mean? So I was just like, Sutton, you let the cat out the bag too soon, sis. But they're all sitting there. While they're all sitting at the cafe, you have Diana and Dorit and Erika at this nice boutique. And, you know, Dorit is talking to the guy, the owner of the shop. No, I won't say the owner of the shop, but I guess a worker of the shop is like very impressed with the fact that Dorit knows about the actual brand. And he was telling her like only the people that are in the know really know about it. He said that they only make like 35 or 30. I think he said between like 25 to 30 pieces of like each garment there, so it is very like exclusive where they're at. And I thought it was cute. I like the outfit I liked is the outfit that Erika was looking at, the hot pink jumpsuit. I was like, yeah, I would wear that. I would wear that in a heartbeat. Like, I thought that snowsuit was cute. We have Erika come in, and Erika is still reeling from what happened the night before. You got Diana asking Erika like, could you show some compassion? Like, Diana is like, you know, could you show compassion? Like, say you weren't even married to Tom and you weren't in this situation, would you feel differently? And Erika is kind of like, yeah, but it's like, I'm in this situation. They then ask her like, how do you feel? Like, are you going to, like, they're all at lunch right now and they're about to go to, I wish I remember the name of that hat place. I couldn't, like, they said it so many times, and the fact that I can't remember, but they're going to the hat place that Kyle is like obsessed with, that is in Aspen. We find out that that place is like very well known in Aspen. Like, the hats are like $500 that they make, but that's kind of the culture there. Like, people who are a part of the wealthy go and get hats done there because that's just like a thing to do. So she wanted all the ladies to come, and Erika's pretty much like, no, I ain't going. Which I don't follow her, because like, if I'm in a beef with y'all, with majority of the group, and I don't feel comfortable going somewhere, I'm not gonna go anywhere. So Erika's whole thing is like, yeah, I'm not going. Yeah, I'm good. I'm not going. And then they ask her about, well, you know, you're going to have to fly back with them, because, you know, they all came on a trip, like not a trip, but on the jet together. And Erika's like, yo, I'll fly economy. Like, I'll give me another ticket. Knowing good and well, all Erika could probably afford is Spirit or JetBlue. You know what I'll give? Well, no, because Spirit got bought out by Frontier. I will never say never, because things can happen, but it is a last, and I mean a last resort, to fly Spirit, not Delta, because I'm a Delta girl, but Spirit, JetBlue, or Frontier. Those are like 3 last resorts. If I can't find it on American or Delta, then I uncomfortably go to Southwest. But when I tell you, I will go kicking and screaming if I ever got to get on Spirit. Oh, gosh. Ew. No. Ooh. And then it's weird, because I feel like Frontier did buy Spirit, or JetBlue bought Spirit. No, I think it was Frontier bought Spirit. And I'm like, y'all are both negatives. And I guess it's like 2 negatives make a positive. I guess, but why we're not on that. We're not going to talk about that. But Erika's basically like, I'll get a plane ticket and fly on a different plane. Like, I don't want to be around them. Like, they made me feel like trash. And then she's like, and did you see what happened? Did you see I got vindicated? They dismissed the case without prejudice. And I'm like, well, ma'am, they weren't talking about that case. They're talking about your earrings. So is this really vindication? is it really vindication? So I said, okay, Erika. Because I just feel like Erika wants a win so bad that it's just kind of like you think you're winning, but you're really not. You're like, I think she's just taking anything as a win when it's like, sis, you're not winning though. So we then see the ladies get up and they're like, oh, let's head on to the actual place where they're going to create the hats. We then get that infamous scene that was running in the trailer where Kathy tries to open the door to the establishment, and like where Dorit, Diana and Erika are at, and the guy who is working there, he was like, should we open the door? And they say no. Like, a lot of people were upset because a lot of people felt like they bamboozled us in the trailer where they made it seem like Kathy did something egregious and this is why they told her not to let her in. But it's basically Kathy saw a cute shop and wanted to go in because she got the money to pay for the outfits, but they wouldn't let her in. The ladies ended up walking past the place and decided to just go straight to the hat place. But I just thought that was overkill. I was like, y'all really not gonna let that lady in when she got coin? But maybe Diana like rented out the spot and they getting paid either way. But I was like, y'all gonna lose money like that over Erika, who doesn't have any money, has nothing. But I digress. Right, so let's to these burning hats that they made. So they're at the place. They're all like excited. They're doing shots. They're just having a good time. Well, Kathy brings up her tequila again. And mind y'all, I'm a tequila girl. I likes me some tequila. I said tequila. I like tequila. I will take tequila over vodka. But then again, my favorite type of liquor is rum. So it's like, it goes rum, tequila, then some vodka, and maybe some gin or brandy. But I got to be in the mood for that. Some of that stuff I just be like, a bourbon. My daddy loved bourbon, and I don't know how he take that stuff down. Ugh. We lived in Kentucky, and that stuff was strong. The bourbon in Kentucky hit different. But they're there. We then have this situation with the tequila. We see Lisa Rinna go to the bar and she asks for 818, which is Kendall Jenner's tequila. And Lisa talking about like, they're my friends. I doubt that them people are her friends, but they probably know who Lisa Rinna is. But she takes a shot of it and she's like, oh, that's sweet. And then she calls it a day. My thing is like, Rinna did that intentionally to, I guess, get at Kathy, but the way that Kathy reacted to me was overkill. Like, and then because at first, I'm not gonna lie, I felt bad for her on the last episode when she was trying to advertise the tequila to everybody, and the ladies weren't really paying attention to her. Some of them was high, so they really weren't paying attention to her. But then when they rolled back how many times Kathy has asked the ladies or has tried to advertise this tequila and has gifted people this tequila, has tried to force people to drink the shot of tequila to let her know how it tastes, I was like, girl, you're doing too much. So I wouldn't want to try your tequila at this point. I just would be like, okay, Kathy, like, we get it. And then for Kathy to be that upset about it and then to get mad at Kyle, and y'all know I don't see it for Kyle, even though she's a Capricorn like me, but it's like for her to get that mad at Kyle because Kyle didn't, like, I guess, check Lisa Rinna. And I'm like, why would she check Rinna? Rinna's a grown adult, and if Rinna don't want to drink your tequila, she doesn't have to drink your tequila. I want to try it because of how many times you have mentioned it. Because at this point, if I try it and it's nasty, I'm gonna be on it. I'm you, Kathy, because it's like once they showed those flashbacks, I was like, I understand why the women don't want to, like, they're kind of over her tequila, or why they were all clowning her the last episode, because it's like we see her doing it at Diana's Christmas party, giving Diana a bottle of tequila as a gift, and then trying to get Diana to open it to serve to people. She brought the tequila to Dorit's like charity event. We've like seen her like time and time again bringing this tequila, and it's like, okay, we get it. And then I didn't like how Kathy got mad at the bartender, because she was like, well, can you turn it this way? Because if no one does it, I like if I don't do it, I guess no one else is going to do it, because she didn't like the way the tequila was being displayed. But for her to get that upset and all in her feelings and then leave, I was like, girl, grow up. Like, it's not that serious. Why are you that upset about it? And then I found out that the tequila is not even hers. The tequila is actually Eva Longoria's tequila, and that Kathy and her daughters are just investors in the tequila. I'm like, if the tequila is good, people will buy it, so you don't have to keep constantly advertising your advertisement. Like, sometimes I enjoy product placement. Like, in the beginning stages for Bethany, I didn't mind it because I was like, okay, you don't really have a base yet. You don't have a consumer who wants this. But after a while, when we kept seeing Skinny Girl everywhere with Bethany, I got tired of it too. Because I'm like, Bethany, your stuff is in all types of stores. We get it. We get it. We get it. You have a brand. We get it. Like, I just feel like Kathy was doing too much. And I didn't get why she got so angry. Because I was just like, and then to get mad at Kyle. And I'm just like, at this point, Kyle really didn't do nothing. And you just, did you want her to check Lisa and be like, why would you do that? Why aren't you drinking my sister's tequila? If she doesn't want to drink your tequila, ma'am, you don't have to drink it. Like, Lisa doesn't have to drink it. Like, I was just like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. So she leaves. So that kind of upsets Kyle. And then Kyle gets even more upset when she finds out that Dorit is not coming to the hat thing. So she's just kind of like, where are the ladies? We find out that Lisa and Kyle have been texting Erika and Dorit all day, and like they haven't responded, and they're just like, okay, what's the issue? We see that Erika, so we see Dorit, Diana, and Erika walking to like go find some place to eat and drink. And supposedly Erika had on the earrings, the $750K earrings, and like Dorit said, that's bold because it is bold. That's like, you a different type of person to wear them. Like, you letting the people know I'm not scared of you. And so she has on the earrings. She has a moment where she starts to have like fashion, like old life PTSD, where she reminiscing about an outfit because she saw some lady have on this I guess it's vintage or this really pretty outfit on. So then she starts dry begging to Diana about Diana taking her shopping and this and this, that. And you can clearly tell Erika misses her old life because when she talks about it, it's very much of like, excuse me, you can clearly tell she misses it. It's like she's like seething or salivating at the mouth. Not seething, but salivating at the mouth to like get back what she lost, pretty much. So they round up at this like pizzeria. Dorit decides to go outside to like call Kyle to let her know she's not going to what's it called? Going to the going to the hat thing. I thought it was funny about the drink because I didn't even notice that's how Dorit asked for her drink. It's like, I think she's like, it's like club soda, some type of liquor, carcass out, which means she doesn't want the lemons in her drink. She wants it like on the rim or like not even in her drink. But I was like, God, it's like a quirky thing to have. You know what I mean? And so she FaceTimes Kyle. Kyle blows up. And I'll slightly give Kyle just a little bit of grace in the sense of like she was already upset that her sister left, that she just wanted Dorit to be there. But I didn't fault Dorit for saying like, bro, I'm going to stay with Erika. She's pretty much by herself and you have all the other girls on your side. Like, it's 5 other women that are cool, that kind of see what Erika did is wrong, and now Erika just needs people to be by her side, and that's what I wanted to do. Like, I want to do that. But then Kyle like hangs up on her in FaceTime after she tells Dorit, before she hangs up, she's like, if you don't come, that's really gonna hurt my feelings, and I'm just over it. And so she clicks up, and then she's like crying to the ladies, saying how like it's not fair, like I can't believe like Erika's being a total dick. She's making Dorit choose when inadvertently like you're making Dorit choose, because we see Erika telling Dorit like, oh, go with her, you know, your friendship is more important than what we got going on right now. And Dorit's whole thing is like, no, I don't want to leave you because like you're in a vulnerable state right now. So then we have Kyle showing her ass. Kyle did the most at this point. She just did the most. So before that, we see Lisa Rinna, because Lisa Rinna was like, you know what, I'm gonna go see what's going on, because you're upset, they're upset, I'm just gonna go in between and see what's going on. So we got Lisa Rinna like fake acting like she's looking for where the ladies are at. When I'm like, girl, just call them on the phone or tell production to tell you where she's at. But they spot her in the pizzeria and they're like, oh, come in. So she comes in, she hugs them, and she's like, Erika does the whole thing like, dismiss without prejudice. And Lisa's like, I know. Like she don't won a class action lawsuit. And they're sitting there, and Lisa's just trying to like mediate the situation and explain that like Kyle's really hurt. And Erika's whole rebuttal today is like, but I'm hurt too, so do my feelings not matter? And she was just like, you both just need to sit down and have a real conversation so y'all can get to the meat and potatoes is what's going on. So let's move on. This scene got on my nerves. For one, I really thought Kyle was crying in the preview about the victims because Kyle has been wearing this jean shirt like every episode, I feel like, since they've been in Aspen, and wearing a cowboy hat. But to come to find out that she was crying and told Dorit to F off because she was mad that Dorit didn't come hang out with her, I was like, the dramatics and the antics, I cannot. So everyone's going back at home to get ready to go to their last night. It's the last night of the trip, and they're all getting ready to go home, go out to eat, basically. So they're all getting ready. I done said that like 4 times. My God. They're getting ready. We see Dorit pull up in the Sprinter and she wants to talk to Kyle. Kyle is upset. She's talking about she's tired. She was like, I don't want to talk, Dorit. She's like, you put your and then they start talking, and Dorit's like, I feel like y'all, like I'm in the middle. And Kyle's like, no, you put yourself in the middle though. And then that's when Kyle says, I don't, because Dorit's like, Kyle, if I see somebody hurt or like in pain, I want to take care of them. I want to coddle them. And she's like, I don't care. F off, Dorit. And Dorit's better than me because the way I would have started cussing out Kyle, because it would have been like, who the, you telling that? Fuck you. Like we would have been in that house arguing. Just going off on each other because you're not going to tell me to F off because you're that upset that I chose to stay with somebody else where you have 5 other people kicking it with you. Like, girl, bye. So then she gets upset, and then we see Lisa Rinna pop up out of nowhere like a ghost. Like, ladies, let's put a pin in it. She's trying to calm down the situation. Kyle is like, no, she's wrong. Like, she should have came and supported me. We then see Mauricio pop up, and Mauricio is just like, what y'all are fighting about is not that deep. It's outside influencing this fight, and y'all just need to come to a resolution. They end up hugging. Kyle's crying because she's like, I don't like fighting with Dorit. I don't like fighting with Erika because I genuinely care about these people. And this kind of made me realize that maybe the Fox Force 5 is more than an alliance. Like, it might have started out as an alliance, but maybe these women are really friends. Because for Kyle to be like this upset that Dorit didn't come kick it with her, and then to be crying about Erika being mad at her, she probably really does care about their feelings or how they feel about her. So they hug. She's still like in tears. She was like, I just need a moment. And they all kind of get ready to go out for the night. So Kyle stays at the house for the time being, and everybody else goes to the cowboy bar and stuff. So all the ladies are there. They're all like talking and just like mingling and having a good time. We then see Kyle comes and she's talking to Garcelle, and she's just kind of like, she's uncomfortable because Erika pops up. But before Erika popped up, Dorit was actually like explaining to the ladies how Erika was really like distraught. Like, she was distraught. She was like unraveling. And Garcelle says in her confessional where she's just kind of like, it's kind of hard to see Erika like that because she puts on this persona of being so tough and so strong. And it is kind of hard for you to feel for somebody that you already feel like doesn't have a heart or is very cold. So you kind of end up lacking sympathy for them or empathy for them. And like, Erika was distraught, but it's hard for the people that you be having beef with to see that. So Erika and Diana pop up. Kyle and Erika have a conversation, and basically Kyle was just like trying to get Erika to see her point of view. Like, I know you didn't do any of those things, but I want you to be empathetic to those who are suffering. And not Lisa, but Erika even said, like, I do feel bad for those that were really affected, but I'm fighting this by myself. Like, I am fighting this on my own, and like, I am trying my best. Like, y'all are not gonna get like a cuddly creature out of me. Like, I'm ready to fight, and I'm ready to be like, I'm ready to go to war every time, because that's how I feel like my life has been this far. They then apologize to each other. Erika says, she's learning through this process. She's gonna make mistakes, but but are we okay? And they hug and they have like a moment. Then Erika's like, this is the first fight we've had in 7 years of our friendship. That says a lot. And they just have a cute moment. They laugh it off. They start, Kyle and Lisa start making fun of Erika about the way she was acting the night before. Crystal has an issue with it, which I already feel like Crystal is sus. And the main reason why I feel like Crystal is sus is because where is all of this like policing Erika coming from? And I haven't really liked Crystal since her first season debuting, because I've always noticed that Crystal wants to be a part of the Fox Force 5. I think Crystal was coming to the realization that they don't see it for her. So now she's trying to hitch her wagon to Sutton and Garcelle. But the issue is, I've seen multiple situations, like multiple interviews where Crystal says like what Diana did to Sutton was justifiable. Or last season where she was going off on Sutton, like when she had that whole situation where it was like Garcelle, Erika, and Kathy at her house where they were eating together, and they were pretty much like talking trash about Sutton. And Crystal's thing is like, yeah, if Sutton really act like that, because she says she goes to my country club, but I've never seen her there. Like, no one knows of her, but they would send her back to Augusta. As she's eating food, they would send her back to Augusta. Like, Crystal was talking trash about Sutton, but now all of a sudden, like, you want to be cool with Sutton and Garcelle because you notice that the clique that you was trying to be with doesn't want any parts of you. Because she then has a conversation with Dorit where Dorit is basically telling Crystal, like, neither of us know what's really going on. And Crystal's trying to take this moral high ground where she's like, well, I want my friends to have morals. I would like friends with morals. But it's like, why are you saying you want friends with morals all of a sudden when since episode 1 of this season, you've been up they butts? Been trying to get them to see your point of view and to validate your feelings, but now that you realize they're not going to validate your feelings, you now your like target is Erika. I was like, Crystal, she's sus to me. She a op too. She a op too, because I've always noticed that about Crystal. Like, she wanted to be clicked up with them and noticed that like they didn't really see it for her. And I think Crystal thought she had a way in earlier this season when everybody was coming at Sutton. And like she was I won't say she was leading the charge, but she was a part of it. Like when they were in Mexico and they was coming at Sutton's neck, but now all of a sudden you done flip. I see you, Crystal. I see you. So, Dorit and Crystal's conversation kind of ends there because Crystal's basically saying she sees who Dorit is and sees where she stands with the Erika situation. And Dorit kind of was like, I see where you stand too. It's all to the good. It's all to the good. So after, like I said, when Lisa and Kyle were like making fun of Erika and the way she was acting the night before, Crystal took an issue with it where she was just like, I know for a fact if me and Sutton acted that way, then they wouldn't be laughing about it. They would be talking ad nauseum about it and how that was inappropriate. So I'm starting to notice that things like the rules don't apply to the whole entire group. It only applies to certain people. And I was happy that Sutton said, I've been telling y'all that for a minute, but I'm out. I'm going to sit here, tip my hat, and I'm going to just be a spectator. And I'm like, stay a spectator, Sutton. Because at this point, you've been saying this since last season about Erika's actions and her antics, and they've been kind of trying to push you to the left. Even Garcelle said something and Crystal kind of said like her feelings weren't valid, but now you want them to validate your feelings. Okay, I see you, Crystal. I see you. So They sit down and Crystal pretty much tells Erika, I don't get why you came at me so hard when both me and Garcelle were asking you about this stuff. And like Garcelle and Erika have a moment where Erika's like, no, we've been arguing about this for a minute. So I'm just like, what she was doing towards you won't that serious, because it was like we didn't had our beef. We didn't had our issues. And Crystal was like, I've been nothing but nice to you, Erika, and then you came at me that way and you called me an asshole. And Erika was like, because you are one. And Crystal's like, thank you for letting me know that. Pretty much saying, I see where I stand with you. And Erika's whole thing is like, then maybe I shouldn't have been nice to you in Mexico and like was trying to comfort you while you were crying. And I'm like, Erika, you were only comforting her and trying to like prop her up so she could go after Sutton. Like, just let's not act like you were trying to do that out of your goodness of your heart, ma'am. So they were just like, so Crystal is just like, really? I said, yeah, girl, they don't see it for you. I don't know why it took you this long to see that. So Kyle interjects and she's just like, y'all, let's just call it a day. Like, let's just leave it alone. Like, this is not going to get resolved in the matter of time that we think it is. So let's just move on. So the screen goes blank and it says later that night. They decide to go to another bar. We see Kathy, Lisa, Rinna, and Kyle in a car talking about how the bar that they're going to, I guess it has a very strict dress code, and like they didn't even let Kris Jenner in one time. So Kathy was like, well, if I get kicked out, I'm gonna just go home, or like if they don't let me in, I'm gonna just go home. So then all of a sudden we get like, the screen goes blanks again, and it says several hours later, and then it's a voiceover of like Lisa Rinna saying like, everybody thinks they know who Kathy Hilton really is, but none of us really know. But I saw the real Kathy Hilton that night. And then this barrage of text messages come up, and it says, and the thing is like, it's captioned Lisa's text to Erika. It says, I got in the Sprinter with Kathy and she had an absolute meltdown. I've never heard or seen anything like it in my life. She said, I got, it says, angry, screaming, throwing things, crying. I'm locked in my room. OMG. And Erika responds, OMG. And she said, the hatred that just came out of her towards her sister, I'm speechless. And then Erika's like, wow. And then Kathy said, then there's a text where it's like a Kathy text to Lisa, and it says, silence is golden. I'm staying silent. So here's my thing. I actually believe Lisa. I know that's like mind boggling, but I actually believe Lisa, because talking about silent, like Kathy texting silence is golden. And then I read the other text messages that Lisa posted on her Insta story on one of my The Drama videos, where Kathy was basically saying like, don't make this a big deal. Like, let's just keep it on the hush hush. That makes you feel guilt. Like, that means she did say something that she doesn't want people to know about or want people to hear. And then I remember seeing Kathy was like under her husband's post on Instagram telling him to come pick her up, not understanding that wasn't text messages. So I don't know if Kathy said any like racial slurs or like, you know, gay slurs, but I do think she probably said some out of pocket stuff about her sister, because the way Kathy reacted when they were at the hat place, I can see Kathy going off. And then when you see Kyle going off saying, like the way she told Dorit to F off, yeah, it gives very much, y'all be having like some outbursts in y'all family, like some very unequal outbursts. So I believe she probably said some out of pocket stuff about her sister. I really do. Do I feel like it's Lisa's right to like broadcast this information? No, because I'm of the belief, like, if it happened on camera, let's talk about it. But if it didn't happen on camera, why are we talking about it? Because us as the viewers don't get a what's it called? We can't be objective because we're just getting two stories. Like, so I normally don't like when they add that in there unless everybody is willing to talk about it. If everybody's willing to talk about what happened, then I'm down for the ride. But like, if we're not going to talk about it, because it doesn't seem like Kathy is going to talk about it, I feel like, why are we talking about it? You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic and drop down in them comments below. Deuces.